Are you exhausted? Are you struggling with this burnt out feeling and spiritual awakening at the same time, and you don't know what to do? I have been there and I am understanding everything that you're feeling. Hi, I'm Renu Mehta Chang, and I help women like you deal with issues like this. So if you're new to this channel, stick around. And if you're returning back, welcome back. These are common issues that come up when you are spiritually awakening and when you don't know where to turn and what to do. I offer videos on how to cope with this and other ways to help you on your spiritual awakening path, to really help you be at your highest timeline, to be in your highest and greatest self, and to really live the life that you want. This feeling of exhaustion, of being burnt out, of not knowing what to do with the lack of energy and fatigue you have. I have lived there and I can appreciate it 1,000%. Now, sometimes when you're feeling exhausted, it can be because of a spiritual awakening where you're getting downloads from the universe and your body is upgrading and your vibration is rising. So that can happen and it can be extremely exhausting. Now, the way that it happens is if you have released something, a wound or a program, or you did a type of guided meditation where you're clearing away things, or you've had a session with an energy healer, that is typical where you feel exhausted because you have just cleared away some of this density that you've been holding in your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And if you want a video about those bodies, here it is. You have cleared it away. So your body is so dense, it needs time to release it. That's why you're so exhausted in those moments. There are other moments where on your spiritual awakening path, even though you are doing all these meditations and raising your vibration, you're still super exhausted. And that could be because of your not protecting your energetic field, not keeping your energy in your body, and you're taking on other people's energy, and or you're not realizing it, but you're taking on other people's energies and you're losing your own energy. It's seeping out the bottom of your energetic field. And if you want a practice on how to protect your energetic field, I have it in the Spiritual Awakening Kit that's free. It's in the description box below. Check it out. I do this every single day and it has fortified me for years, and I absolutely will not go without protecting my energetic field. But that could also be what's happening, and that could cause some of this burnout. And this burnout can also just be you are burnt out. The life you're living isn't suiting you anymore. What you're doing isn't serving your highest and greatest good. And your body is giving you these clues to say, hey, this is not working anymore. And a third thing of this fatigue that you're having could be something that's happening physiologically inside of you. Now, I was exactly in the same place as you guys. I was having my downloads and having spiritual awakening fatigues and exhaustions because I was upgrading and raising my vibration, but I was also burnt out. And that also was contributing to where I was because what I was living and doing wasn't serving my highest and greatest good. But a third thing for me was I was struggling with constant fatigue and getting sick. For me, I was constantly getting sick, and I had no idea I was getting sick until my best friend said to me, "Holy cow, you're sick again? You were just sick last week and the week before." I had not realized how often I was getting sick, but when I looked back, I was getting sick every other week for months. That was a sign to me that something was going on with my immunity and my own immune system, and that I needed to address it. And it wasn't really about spiritual awakening or about burnt out. It was something that was happening physiologically in me. And that in turn was causing me to be so tired because I had no immunity and my body was struggling. So I went and I saw a healthcare professional for that because I really needed help. What happened for me was I was carrying some viruses in my body that I had no idea I was holding. And it had been in my system for many, many years, very dormant, until I started to be overly exhausted. And a part of that, what happened for me was as I was on my spiritual awakening path and I was having all these upgrades and raising my vibration and clearing away what I didn't need, all of a sudden this excess fatigue came on and this feeling of sickness came on. They were together hand in hand and I had no idea. So I needed a professional to help me see that and then to help me work through it. Because sometimes our bodies are holding underlying viruses or bacteria or sicknesses that you may not realize. And sometimes you need someone to help you understand that. And for me, I'm lucky enough that I was able to have that cue from a friend. The universe guided her to tell me, hey, something's up with you. And that spurred me into getting help. And if you want some help or if you're struggling with something like that, pop in a comment for me and we can take this offline and we can talk about it if you need any guidance or help. But the thing is, it's not always just spiritual awakening and burnt out. It could be something totally different too. So you want to make sure you look at all the signs and symptoms that you're having and really step back and look at the whole picture. I needed someone to gently remind me that I was getting sick all the time for me to kind of understand, oh gosh, this isn't really spiritual awakening. I'm not having upgrades. And it's not that I'm burnt out. It's something even more deeper than that. It could just be something that's inside you that you need to further investigate with a healthcare practitioner. And it might not be just viruses. It could be something going on with your hormones. It could be that you're starting the beautiful process of change like perimenopause or menopause, and that could also be affecting you. So you want to make sure you look at that as well. And the third thing could be that your body is absolutely needing you to slow down and that you're not listening to yourself. I have many clients that I'm gently reminding all the time to take the time to rest. Sometimes we are on our schedules and we want to be productive and there's so much to do, and slowing down is actually a detriment to all the things that we're trying to achieve. But when your body is giving you these clues and you're not listening, then it's really a precarious situation because your body is telling you, slow down, slow down. And then eventually, if you don't listen, then you can get really sick and really get down and out, because sometimes you might be really low energy. You might be starting to feel a little ill and sick, and then your body gives you a massive sickness, something like a really bad cold or the flu, something to really bring you down to make you slow down. And that's not ideal. Nobody wants to deal with that. So take the cues from your body and really listen to what your body is telling you. And I'll tell you, I struggled for years before I realized it. And I'm so happy and so blessed and grateful that I don't deal with that anymore. If I am fatigued, it's most likely because I'm not getting enough rest and I'm maybe not eating properly, and I'm most likely not hydrating enough. So those are three really important things to be aware of: is getting enough sleep, making sure you are hydrated and you are drinking enough water during the day, and eating healthy foods. These are really important parts for you, because when you are on a spiritual awakening path and you're raising your vibration and you're shifting and changing, you want to make sure that everything inside is easy going so that your body can receive all these upgrades and raising your vibration without any issues of anything happening inside you physiologically. So if you have any questions about this fatigue, I am here for you. The most important thing to remember is this is part of the process, but sometimes the excess fatigue and exhaustion may be something else. So make sure you really look at that. And if you need to see someone, get help. There's no shame in that game. Trust me, I absolutely know. And if you need any other help for your spiritual awakening path, as I mentioned before, I have the Spiritual Awakening Kit. I'm here for you, and I love you. And I'm sending you a lot of love, peace, harmony, and joy. Bye for now.